So I've been playing FPS games for as long as I remember. In fact, I've been playing them for so long that I've been able to get to the highest rank, or if not close to the highest rank, in most of the games that I've played. But recently, I've been feeling like I want something different. Now, it's not that I dislike the genre anymore or anything like that. In fact, I still have a lot of fun playing them. It's just that I wanted something different. I did dabble around in a lot of single player games, which I really enjoyed. But I also wanted something that could complement that competitive itch that I had. So I thought, what better than the most competitive type of game, fighting games. Now, I know there are a ton of different styles, types of fighting games, platform fighters, 2D fighters, 3D fighters. The list is endless. There's so many fighting game subgenres, I think I could go on forever. So this is kind of the gist of what this video is all about. Just the perspective of somebody who isn't in the fighting game community and their thoughts on the games. Now, I chose to go with Street Fighter just because it was the most approachable one and allowed me to focus more on fundamentals without relying on things like matchup checks and string knowledge and all that, and just kind of allow me to focus on learning how to properly play a fighting game. Now, Street Fighter is a franchise that I've known for a very long time. I mean, Ryu is kind of inescapable at this point, but I've never really known exactly what Street Fighter is. In fact, I think my first time really kind of experiencing the character was through Super Smash Bros. And I really liked the way that he played, especially with the motion inputs, and it got me kind of interested in the game. Now, I did happen to own Street Fighter V back before Street Fighter 6 came out, but I never really played it. Now, compared to Street Fighter V, the one thing I like immediately off the bat is just the menus. It just felt like kind of a lot of stuff on the screen. And I think I just kind of like how Street Fighter 6 has simplified it and put things into, sub-menus just to kind of streamline it a little bit more. I have not played World Tour or the arcade-like mode, which I know are very big selling parts of the game. I do plan on doing so if you want to see a video where I kind of review those other aspects of the game, definitely leave a like and, let me know in the comments. Now, coming from a genre where gameplay really matters, I think the same rules would apply to any fighting games and basically how the game controls and how it feels. Overall, Street Fighter 6 feels incredibly responsive. It feels smooth. It doesn't feel tanky or slow. And it just felt really good to be able to push a button and have your action happen. I know in Street Fighter 5, for whatever reason, they decided to include input lag, which it just felt really horrible to play. And even when I play Smash Brothers online, it's just the worst feeling ever. You can get used to it, but it feels gross and it's frustrating as well, because now you've also got to throw one on top, internet input delay, all these other factors that just make the game feel unenjoyable to play. Now in Street Fighter 6, they did introduce a new control scheme, which I think was actually really good, especially for a lot of people who are new to the franchise. So if you've ever played Smash Brothers, basically it simplifies the game to have one button attacks. So you have your normal attack button and then you have a special attack button, just like in Smash Brothers. Instead of having to do a DP motion in order to do the Dragon Punch uppercut, you can just press up and B, or I think that's what it is, I'm not sure. Or if you want to throw a fireball, you just press the B button alone, or whatever the attack button in this game is, and it'll do it. They're very similar to how it is in Smash Bros. I personally don't play modern controls just because I like the feeling of classic. It feels more in control, and in my mind that just allows me to play better. But it has really helped with getting some of my other friends interested in the game, as they come from platform fighters or other genres, and they don't really want to spend the time having to learn how to do a quarter circle forward, or quarter circles and all that. Even though they're not that hard, it feels a little bit less intimidating to somebody who's never done it before. And so it's been really pleasant because I've been able to have more people play the game with. Now, in terms of characters, I really do like the character redesigns, as it's really cool to see the characters in an aged up setting. And the nice thing is you can still have access to the original designs by playing the story mode, or the not so cool way, buying them, and they're pretty darn expensive. The fact that you can still earn them is still really nice though, and the characters look awesome. Now, in regards to the online, which I think is definitely the biggest part for me coming from competitive FPS games, the connectivity in this game is amazing. Like, I've played a ton of different games before. In fact, even fighting games, and I think Street Fighter 6 hands down has the best online connectivity. The one thing I don't like, however, is the rank system. So I've never been a fan of these rank systems that are designed to basically be over-glorified participation trophies, as even though ranks don't matter, it's like I would like to believe that, your rank would mean something. So, you put a certain amount of effort to get to a certain level, not something that everybody can just be kind of handed into. There is a system, however, called the MR system, where once you get to Masters, you get a specific number, kind of like a top 500 system. And that is like now using calculated based off of true MMR instead of the rank system that's already present. But I feel like that should be something that's kind of everywhere. Now, I understand why they did it. They want people to be able to feel included in ranked and feel like they're winning, and so that when they win, it feels good. Even if they're losing, they don't derank, and it doesn't demotivate them from playing. I don't believe in giving people participation trophies. That's what kind of quick play is for. And even though I'm like, no disrespect to anybody who has reached master rank, I'm not remotely good at this game. It does feel like kind of like a what's the point? What's the point of grinding ranked if everybody can kind of get this kind of thing? That's my only issue. Like, I do prefer rank systems that reflect, the individual person's performance and skill over favoring, more of, hey, here's a trophy, you played ranked. But to each their own. Now, overall, I really like Street Fighter. I do think I want to put some time into this game and learn it. I am still deciding which game I want to sink some time into, which you'll get to see in the next coming videos. But I do think Street Fighter is definitely a game that catches my interest. I do also quite like the fact that compared to Tekken, which Tekken is a great game. I love Tekken. I love the Tekken franchise. It doesn't feel as much of a like, hey, let me throw some random bullshit string that you don't know of and cheese you and then leave. I feel like it definitely feels a lot more fundamental but focused because, the combos aren't as long and everybody's kind of simplified to a certain point where, after a couple of games, you'll kind of know what everybody does. And so it's not really a surprise anymore. It's now just playing the game properly and focusing more on those fundamentals rather than, the finding out what 800th string this person has on a 200 move character. I think if I were to rate the game, I'd give it like an 8. I think overall the game is really fun. It's really great, and I have not a lot to complain about. But I do not like the monetization, and I really hate how drip-fed the content feels. Not to mention, a lot of the skins and collaborations end up going to those stupid me-looking character things instead of actual in-game characters, so we don't really get a lot for the characters. Now, if you enjoyed my short review or first impressions, leave a like. I'm definitely going to be making more of these kind of videos, especially on other games that I haven't played and different genres and styles. So if you'd like to see more stuff like that, definitely leave a sub and stick around for more. If you didn't like the video, dislike it, let me know in the comments as well. I want to focus on making the best kind of videos, so it'll be helpful to get some criticism. I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.